other side so we can see the thing. Yeah, that's nice, yeah. Check. All right. Hello, folks. Thanks for coming out. We appreciate it. We are the C3 team. This is Adam, co-founder Miguel, down there also. Say hi, Miguel. Love to tell you about the C3 platform. Thank you. Hold your applause to the end. The C3 protocol is a platform that allows developers to build dApps using any language. And not just any dApps, but dApps that are actually useful and complex that are not possible on today's protocols. We're talking about databases talking with APIs, machine learning, AI writing to the blockchain, like literally 0 to 1 stuff that's not possible today. Think of us as Docker for blockchain as we describe what we're doing. If you're a little bit technical, you understand that's kind of what we're trying to do to the blockchain software world. The team is amazing. Adam and Miguel and I have been in blockchain for quite a while. We've worked on 6 token sales together. Seasoned engineers, built a lot of different smart contract technologies, and Miguel actually worked on the first TCR, token curated registry ever, along with ConsenSys with his company AdChain as he was lead engineer. So we've been around the block a few times, know what we're doing, and we're building solutions that are unique to the space that we've seen firsthand. The problem that we're dealing with at the highest level is the centralized internet. Now, if you think about it, the internet is decentralized by nature, but not by function. So you've got the FANG companies, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. They own pretty much all the data out there. They buy it, they sell it, they trade it, they steal it, and that's in a centralized nature, mostly because the client-server model is how all of the internet still runs. And there's going to be reasons for client-server to stay, but not in the entire internet. That's ridiculous. That doesn't leave you control of your own data, which is the problem. Users don't have control of their data to be able to choose who to share it with, maybe to buy it and sell it on their own terms and not have anybody be able to say anything different. That is the decentralized internet that needs to come, but it's not here yet. The reason it's not here, because today the dApps that are out there aren't doing anything to fix the problem. And that's actually because they can't. They're not designed to, and there's a blockage there we're going to help you guys understand. Let's look, for example, at the top 5 dApps in the world. In the world. Can you guys see the numbers up here? Let's go through them. There's the top 5. PRA Candy Box, that is a Chinese dApp that incentivizes you to spread the news about other dApps. A dApp for dApps. EOS Nights is a game where you shoot things. X2invest.org says it's a decentralized exchange, but the website doesn't even resolve. BetDice, betting game with dice. And then IDEX is a decentralized exchange trying to help people trade tokens, even though the markets are shit. That's it. These are DAU numbers. 13,589 people in one day using dApps in the entire world. They are almost completely non-existent. dApps aren't a thing. That's because sophisticated dApps that do things that are useful and interesting to us are not possible on existing protocols today. Like, this is stuff that you only know if you're actually a developer trying to build useful stuff. So there's no killer dApps because there can't be. Let's take a look at why. All the major platforms out there, they're either built on EVM or WebAssembly. Little quick lesson for the non-technical folks. EVM is Ethereum's virtual machine, and WebAssembly is a web-based virtual machine that also allows compiling down to bytecode so that you can actually make dApps happen on the blockchain. So all of the major platforms are built on these 2 virtual machines. You got the big ones, EOS, Cardano, Cosmos, Bancor, Golem. Pretty much all of the major chains are built on EVM, or this new thing, WebAssembly, which you'll see EOS and Polkadot and Dfinity. They're talking about all this revolutionary stuff you can do. Well, not really. If you look at the issues with these virtual machines, EVM, you can't use existing frameworks or languages. You have to learn Solidity, which is also in itself a very limited language. You can't use databases. The databases don't talk to APIs. There's no chance to bring artificial intelligence in, no machine learning. It's why you haven't seen it before. And WebAssembly, they came along and they were like, revolution! You can use other languages and then compile into a very similarly limited structure where databases and APIs don't work, artificial intelligence, machine learning, anything that's complex can't run. And nobody's talking about this. It's crazy. So the solution we took is to take determinism out of that virtual machine. That's the problem, is the determinism, the special sauce, is stuck in a very limited virtual machine. If you take it out and put it on the developer, then you could build what's essentially smart containers to hold the hard work to get down to the blockchain. So we have built smart containers that allow software systems to work within dApps. That's where we get the Docker for blockchain reference, because it's a lot like what Docker did for software proper, only we're doing it for decentralized applications. So let's check out the capabilities once you do that. With C3, you can use existing frameworks. You can write in any language you want. You can use databases and APIs that write through to the blockchain, no problem, and even artificial intelligence and machine learning writing to the blockchain. Unprecedented stuff. Let's take a look at a few of the examples that we built on our platform already. Working testnet, WordPress on the blockchain, decentralized WordPress, actually working. It took about 100 lines of code to fork their code base over to C3, and now it runs completely decentralized. There are students in China writing messages to each other using Ethereum transactions in the data section because they don't have a way to do censor-proof messaging or censor-proof publishing. WordPress on the blockchain solves that problem immediately. Just an example of what we built. We'd love to show you a demo of that later if you want to see it. It's pretty awesome. Thank you, Miguel, for rocking that out in like 2 weeks. Another example is a company called Mattermost. They're a Slack clone, just an open source version of Slack. So we took that code base, forked it over onto C3, and now we have a Slack clone running decentralized on our platform. That one was actually super easy to do because it was already set up for us. Another one, we decided to try machine learning on our blockchain to show machine learning writing through to the blockchain. So we used TensorFlow, which is Google's machine learning sort of image recognition library. So with TensorFlow, combined with C3, we have a web interface where you can pull images over and drag them on the web interface, and it'll log to the blockchain, Labrador equals 1, tabby cat equals 1, Labrador equals 2. And what that shows is the ability for, let's say, a larger company like Amazon to log all of the fraudulent images of counterfeit materials onto DLT, so it's on a distributed ledger that's immutable. I don't know, kind of a big deal. So that's functioning also. We can show you that. And then last but certainly not least, we've got AI training itself on the blockchain. And what we used was Facebook's Ice Cream system, which is the facial recognition engine they use for a lot of the facial stuff. If you have thousands of faces in that group, you can add your face to the group of faces, and it will generate what it thinks, AI style, a face should look like with yours included in it. This is kind of like a Hello World version, but what that shows is we can build a decentralized application that is learning, self-teaching, growing, and evolving without any control and without any way to stop it. That's like the beginning of the singularity. Not a big deal, kind of a big deal. Current projects we're working on now, very exciting. We have 3 projects with EOS that we're working on because they have problems with no solutions, and they're only possible with C3. So we're doing an Oracle Atomic Swap solution for them right now, an interoperability solution for Layer 2 coins, and then a Unity SDK for all the gaming developers out there. And all this stuff is not possible to do without C3. So we're very excited to bring that innovation into the EOS environment. We're working closely with the Block Venture Coalition guys. They're very awesome. They put together a really tight group of colleges, universities, students, and investors to try and push innovation from the ground up where the innovation really should happen in the academic environment. And then we have an enterprise deal in the works right now with a company we can't name just yet, but they're an enterprise education company. 80 million users, they have a ton of data, and they want blockchain solutions for their PII and for their marketplace and content networks that they already have. And we can help not only build those solutions for them, but train their developers to build dApps in their own ecosystem, in their own languages. So very excited about all of this and the potential for more deals that come in certain shapes like this. Here's what we need. If you're an enterprise company, we'd love to talk with you. We can train your enterprise developers to build dApps in whatever languages they already know, so there's no friction. If you're a protocol, we're a Layer 2 solution. We'd happily work with major protocols. How about 20 million developers worldwide building dApps on your platform? That's what we're trying to do. Universities, like we said, with the Block Venture Coalition guys, they've shown us a ton of value in the university system to help students gain an advantage in the job market, being able to build dApps before they even graduate. So we're very excited. It's only been about 4 months. We've only started talking about C3 in the past week or two. So we'd love to answer any more questions that you may have. c3labs.io. You'll find our GitHub in there where all of our work is open source and available. And you can see all the apps that we're building. And we'd love to talk with more of you and help bring that decentralized internet to the world. Thank you. Questions? Shout it out. We cannot talk about token sale on the stage. We'll talk about it offline. Questions? We'll even take ideas. Hey, can you build this? Can you build that? Yeah. 3. Developer, microphone. And we have he said, what's the size of the team? We have a senior engineer at Coinbase who's agreed to join us once we hit a milestone I'm not allowed to say on stage. We're located in Venice, right here in LA. Yep. Anything else? We're happy to chat offline about things that don't do well on stage. Definitely come find us. Oh, there you go.
Do you keep files in your server, or do you have a decentralized server or nodes?
So right now, the way that the storage solution works is the miners themselves store the data themselves. But we're sorry, I don't know if you heard me. Right now, our storage solution is the miners. So we're using DPoS as our consensus, and the miners themselves, the block producers, are the ones storing everything. We're thinking about integrating with other systems like maybe Filecoin or storage, but those aren't ready yet. But as storage needs grow, I can see that those miners won't be able to store everything themselves. But those solutions just aren't quite ready yet.
We're working with Dispatch Labs on a solution for that because they have a pretty cool storage solution they're working on. But everybody's still so nascent. They raised $40 million. They're building something cool, but we're out into the middle of 2019 before we'll see it being viable yet. It's a good question, though. It's a very important question.